Today I'm going to show you how to make this beanie that has a half double crochet edging. Welcome to Yarn Checker. I'm Sophronia. I want to show you this hat to the left. This is a type of hat that I usually make. It's a double layer hat, as you can see, so it is very warm. It's very suitable for cold winters. However, I live in San Antonio and it was 65 degrees on Christmas Day. And it's January now and it's still in the 60s. And so I wanted to make a lighter hat, a more lightweight hat to share with you. And since Valentine's Day is coming up, I decided to make this Valentine's beanie. And as you can see, when I flip it inside out, it is just the one layer of knit, which makes it considerably lighter. And I decided for a change to use a crochet binding on the hat. And I used a half double crochet stitch to finish it off. And I will show you exactly how to do that. But as you can see here, it gives it like a decorative look to it. It almost looks like an edging, a decorative edging. Start with waste yarn. That is a contrasting color. I had just a bit of this blue left over from a scarf that I made, and this will contrast with the pink. Go ahead and go to your first needle on your machine. Leave about a 2 to 3 inch tail and secure your yarn underneath the first needle. Then cast on by going behind the next needle, in front of the next, behind, in front, behind, in front. Continue this pattern until you get all the way around. Reach the last needle and then secure your yarn through the feeder and the tensioner. And now I'm going to show you how I worked the pattern for this hat. Arrived back at the pink yarn, and what you want to do is you want to continue your stripes in the pattern that I just showed you until you reach a total of 50 rows. I'm using a size I hook because this yarn, the Big Twist yarn, recommends a size I. And so I figured I'd stick with the recommendation. And I'm using the same pink yarn that is at the base of the hat. And here you can see we have the waste yarn and the pink yarn. And I'm not going to start stitching into that first loose stitch. Instead, see that stitch is loose. Instead, I'm going to go into the next stitch. And go ahead and stick your hook underneath. Oh, and you're going to be working in those outermost stitches. See those pink stitches at the very top or the very edge? That's where you're going to be doing all of your crocheting. You want to get your yarn ready and go ahead and stick your hook through that stitch, and then go ahead and hook your yarn onto your needle and pull it through. And then after that, I just pulled the yarn through again and tightened up the tail. After that, yarn over, go underneath the loop, yarn over, and then pull through all 3 loops. This is a half double crochet. And let me show you again. Let me tell you a little slower. Yarn over, go through the loop, yarn over, pull through 1 loop, yarn over, and then pull your yarn through all 3 loops. Yarn over, go into that stitch in the hat, yarn over and pull through 1 loop, or pull up 1 loop, then yarn over and pull through all the loops. And that is what you're going to do until you get all the way around the entire brim of the hat. Whoops, don't do that. I was about to start a single crochet, which you can do a single crochet if you prefer, but I just thought that the half double crochet was cute. Now, as you can see, we've arrived. We're all the way back to almost where we started. We have that. Do you see this stitch that's to the right of the yarn tail? Can you see that? The yarn tail is to the left, and then there's the stitch right to the right of it. See, I'm pointing to it there. That is the very last stitch that you want to make sure that you go into and do your half double crochet. I actually missed that stitch a couple times, so I just wanted to point that out. And then once you complete that last half double crochet, you can go ahead and untie your yarn ends. And then I was just trying to figure out a way to secure the yarn ends, to secure them a bit before I weave them in. And so that stitch right there was the first stitch. This is the first stitch. So you don't want to go into that first bump. You want to go into the second one. That's the actual first stitch. And I just put my yarn ends over my hook because I'm just going to work this stitch right over these yarn tails. Now you don't have to do this. You could just weave them in. I don't know. This was just, to me, it just seemed like a easy enough way to secure the yarn ends. And then after that, that's what it's going to look like on the other side. Yarn over 1 more time, and then go ahead and pull your yarn all the way through your loop. And after that, you're going to remove the waste yarn. Now, after I removed my waste yarn, I noticed this. I am not sure where I went wrong, but that's okay. It's just yarn and a little hole. So I decided to take my yarn tail and to feed it back through that side, and then to go through the brim stitches and then pull it tight. And that actually seemed to help. And then the last thing you want to do is just take your yarn tails and you can just weave them into the crochet. And there you have it. Thank you for watching, and make sure to like and subscribe. See you in the next video.